All right, so before we get started with the project work today, that's pretty much what we're doing. Remember, and then Monday we're going to go over the chapters, finish up the book, and then Wednesday will also be a project work day. Okay, but before we do that, something that I've noticed with a couple of groups of students is how they are working on the PowerPoints and how they're developing the presentations, and it seems somewhat ineffective. Okay, how many of you are familiar with I'm going to change that. How many of you are not familiar with how to share a PowerPoint with your classmate to where you can both edit at the same time? How many of you are not familiar with that? You guys all know how to do that? Okay, there's a couple of people. I saw a couple of hands. I'm going to do a quick demonstration, okay? You will need to go through your student email address, okay? You'll need to access it online. Um, I am going to pause the recording for a moment while I log into my email because YouTube does not like having emails and personal names and things like that in videos. It'll kick back my video. But essentially, when you get there, you're going to look for those 9 little dots in the top left corner of your email, and then you're going to open the PowerPoint. Okay, so once I share the screen, we'll be at that point in the video. All right, so from here, I'm going to have all the PowerPoint documents that I have already started, okay? If you already have a PowerPoint that's not in the cloud, essentially, you can go ahead and upload that current copy, okay? Well, I'm going to go ahead and use this particular one right here, this hospitality leadership profile, okay? Now, if I want to share this document with a classmate, with my partner that I'm working with, I'm going to go up here to File and Share with People. I want to make sure that in this, when I share it with people, they have the option. I'm going to click that little gear and they have the option to edit. Otherwise, they'll only have the option to view it. They can't change. The whole purpose of this is to streamline the process where you can both work on the project at the same time. Okay. And so I'm going to choose this with either alamo.edu. I could also just do this link works for anyone. I typically choose the anyone just because it just makes it simple. Okay. So I'm going to apply this and then I'm going to type in an email address. Okay. So let me pause the recording for a moment while I do that. So in this process, working with Angel, she shared it. I'm going to go to my email address, open up the PowerPoint. Okay. So now, Angel, do you have the PowerPoint open right now? If you do, go ahead and add an extra slide. So just add an extra slide, or you can change the title of the title slide. Okay. And so I can go in here, and as I'm working here, I can insert a new slide. And then if Angel is working, she can also change information on the same presentation. So there's no more, let me send you the slides that I have and then you copy and paste them into the PowerPoint. No, you both have access to create the PowerPoint together. Okay. All right. The other thing is, um, as you are creating your PowerPoint, um, you could also go into the, how do we do light sorter? No, maybe not. Just kidding. I'm not going to worry about that. In the, um, you have it open, Angel? Go ahead and make a change to the title slide. Just type anything in there. While I'm talking. And so something else that you can do is if you have I use the desktop version of PowerPoint and there is an outline. So you can just type in your outline of bullet statements and then it'll create those slides for you relatively quickly. Um, and so let me demonstrate while you're doing that, let me demonstrate that really quickly. Look at that. You see how that turned? This is something that Angel is working on right now. So we don't have to, hey, wait for the slides to be copied over. It's just there, okay? Um, in PowerPoint, if you go to the view and you do the outline view, which is this top left one right here, my outline comes over here on the left-hand side. And so I can do my project name, and when I hit enter, it creates a new slide for me. Okay. And then if I hit the tab button starts into my bullet statements. Okay. And then if I hit shift, hold down the shift button and hit tab again, it goes to a brand new slide. Okay. So that's the title. Here's my slides. I hit tab. I've got my bullet statements. I hit shift tab. I've got my new slide title. So you can see how quickly it is to develop those slides, right? Just by putting an outline in there. Okay, these are just my thoughts. I'm going to put my outline in there. And then when I upload that, check this out. When I upload that to the cloud version of it, there's a designer tab right here. When I click this designer tab, it gives me options to ways that I can add different designs to my slides. Of course, you want to make sure that the slides are consistent in theme and coloration and things like that. Okay, you don't want to just, if my title slide is this right here, I'm probably not going to go with this green because that's completely out of the color scheme, right? But this at least gives you an option to start with as you are developing your slides and helping you. Sometimes if you put a picture up there, let me just insert a picture real quick from, yeah, let's do it from device. I'm not sure what pictures I have on here. Let's do Cartwheels Catering. So here it's giving me different ideas of ways to incorporate those pictures that are still within the scheme of what I'm looking at. Okay. And so again, I mean, this is something that will help. This is a tool that will help you develop visually stimulating slides without doing a lot of formatting yourself. Okay. Um, so questions, comments, concerns about doing that. All right, so I'm expecting super stellar PowerPoint presentations that are going to blow me away. Just kidding. Okay. Um, let's insert, you can even do stock videos. So let's see what this video is. I don't know. Let's see what design features it gives us to consider just for fun. You might have, so you might have videos on here in order to help you do something to make it look more visually appealing. All right. So that is what I wanted to share with y'all. The main thing is sharing your PowerPoint so you can work together, not separately and combined. Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns? All right. So for today, all you're doing is working on your PowerPoint, finalizing that.